welcome to Frequently Asked Question on the PT series. Okay, but on this episode, I'm not going to be responding to any question. I'm going to be sharing my experience at the Lagos State Land Registry that I talked about that I was going to share. Now, a lot of people do not know that taking shortcuts can actually be very detrimental to them. Not almost immediately, but some years, decades down the line, especially when you have struggled so hard to buy a particular property and you actually thought or think the property is yours, and probably the person dies and leaves it for his children or his children's children, and then the children try to carry out one or two transactions and just discover that the property that they actually thought that dad had was not really their own. And this is the disadvantage of taking shortcuts. It may be faster, it may look cheaper, but at the end of the day, it will be to your detriment. Okay, so I was at the Lagos State Land Registry and a colleague did apply for a C of O to verify the authenticity of a particular C of O. And you know, I know there are a lot of fake things around. I know obviously that when they're originals, there'll always be fake as well. But it was really surprising because the C of O that she brought to the land registry was exactly the way the original C of O looks like. You will not be able to differentiate it. Even a staff at the lands will not be able to differentiate it except those in the unit to actually verify. And one of the ways to verify to actually be sure is the serial number. It has to be according to a particular serial number. And while we were there, she paid for the verification and they came out to say it was not original, it was fake, and they actually seized it because they would like to see the owner of it. And you know, story has it that the person that owns that C of O actually used some people, some staff there and some touts outside. And it's an obvious fact because if he had employed the services of a professional, if he had employed the services of a real estate lawyer, yes, the charging might be dear to an extent, but first thing first, when this issue comes up, he will have somebody to professionally hold liable. He will have the lawyer to hold liable that I paid you to do this thing and it is not original. They're telling me that it's fake. But as we speak, let's assume that he used a staff at the land registry. Let's even assume that it is the man that wants to find out because he wanted to carry out the particular transaction with my colleague's client, and my colleagues needed to verify and conduct the due diligence like I talked about in my earlier post. And you know, at the end of the day, if he discovered that this C of O is fake, he has the lawyer that he employed the services to hold responsible. Now, let us assume he used a particular staff at that time. There are probability that the staff may not even be on that seat any longer. There's a probability that the staff is no longer in the employment of the government. There's a probability that the staff may not even really be a staff. And you know, these things. And it's worse if it is not even the man that wants to carry out the transaction. It's worse if it is the children of the man that wants to carry out the transaction. It means they have to start the whole process again. They have to start everything like they're just buying a property. And this property is located on the island, and you know what that is. That is, if you live in Lagos, you know properties on the island, you know the worth and all of that. So the essence of this video is to just let you know that to take shortcuts may look cheaper to you, may seem faster to you, but at the end of the day, it will always be to your detriment. So your best bet is employ a professional. You cannot do everything. And even when you now want to give your transactions to people to do, make sure it is a professional, not the touts around that environment. Make sure it's a professional. They can bring it for you out faster, they can do it for you cheaper, but does it mean that it is authentic? Especially when it comes to real estate transaction, buying or selling of real estate, make sure that you engage the services of a real estate lawyer or a lawyer to help you go through the whole transaction. Because at the end of the day, if the transaction was not genuine, you have the lawyer to hold responsible for professional negligence. All right, that is all I'll be taking on Frequently Asked Question. See you next week Friday. Bye.